Dad, are you crying?
Who is your daddy?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I am your father.
I think so.
All right, welcome back to Two Dads, One Sippy Cup. We are here, returning from our Christmas break. Santa came. And
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about poop this episode?
Let's avoid it. Let's see if we can avoid it.
All right. Let's see how we do.
Let's see if we can go a whole episode. I'm going to time it right now.
Well,
we're at 21 seconds. Let's see if we get to
okay.
poop.
Well, can
you
we
about
talk
to?
about... No, I'm not going to talk about poop. We could talk about how you just look like a disaster right now. You okay?
Do I not look that bad?
No, I wouldn't have even noticed or said anything until you did, but like before we started recording.
I'm coming off a Christmas holiday where I had guests at my house, and then after Christmas my wife leaves for work and leaves me here for 2 days parenting alone. So it's been a long 2 days.
So you can parent alone, but you text like you're in middle school.
What's wrong with tech? What do you mean? I shorten things.
You hit me, yeah, like why did you It didn't make sense to me.
You type out yesterday?
I don't, in the middle of a conversation, throw in the letters YD and expect someone to understand it, especially when there was no context to yesterday.
I said today and yesterday.
No, I'll read it for everyone.
That's definitely what I said. I said, yeah, I've been parenting alone for today and yesterday.
I'm off, but it's just me and Chen's today and YD.
And yesterday.
How?
I'm off.
Maybe you were talking about
today and yesterday.
Today and my babysitter YD is coming over. I don't fucking
You're right.
know.
That makes way more sense.
Today and why don't you just do TY for today?
It would be TD.
Okay. TD. Yeah, TD.
I wanted it to be clear to you that I was saying today and yesterday. If I wrote TD and YD, I knew you never would have gotten it.
I just don't even understand. Like, where did you learn? Is this something like you're really old, like patients say in an email to you? Like,
No, this is how Marissa's sister writes. So I started adopting some of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm cool, dude. I'm pretty cool. Did you see? I wrote YD instead of yesterday. So naturally,
yes,
I'm keeping it real.
Okay, so you were all alone, and now you just come covered in like baby throw up? Like
I don't even know what that is. Actually, it's toothpaste. It's toothpaste.
Oh, today I had to pin Mikey had to lay down on Nicole, and I pinned his arms back, and we brushed his teeth upside down.
That's how I do it every single day. I lay him down on my lap, hold his hands here, and he goes like this. But he lets me do it. He seems to like it. He like laughs the whole time.
Well, we all have to like pretend to brush our teeth. We're brushing like Elmo's teeth. We brush everyone's teeth. We brush people on my phone's teeth, and then eventually you'll get him to do it.
Oh.
But if he is super tired and doesn't want it, nothing will let you do it unless you do something along those lines. Even then, he'll just keep his mouth shut.
All right, I got a new experience for you today.
Okay. Not YD today.
Yeah, no TD. I was well. We're at 3 minutes. I was taking a poop.
Oh man, you ruined it.
And anyways, he's in the bathroom with me, and like he's just constantly trying to play with the fucking toilet paper, and it's just like so irritating. And like I didn't even get to poop, and because it just wouldn't come out. It brought me out of my frame of mindset that I was gonna poop. Anyways, I was looking for shit. I usually let him watch Elmo's song on my phone. He's a big fan.
La
of
la
that
la
one.
la 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 la. I'm a big
Love
Snuffy guy. I love Snuffy.
I love the part when Snuffy comes in. He goes, "All right."
Mikey likes Snuffy.
But anyways, so I played Coco Melon Wheels on the Bus for the first time. Guy loved it.
Yeah, bro. Coco Melon is like crack.
Is it really?
Not to Mikey. Mikey's okay.
True.
My niece. Oh, you put that on, she won't move for like as long as it's on.
When Elmo's on the screen, he goes to touch. He wants to like see if he's real. Coco Melon was on. He just stared at it, like straight up. Stared at it.
My dad calls it Coco Lemon.
Why?
Not sure.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things where like my dad, everything was a Nintendo. Like my Xbox was a
Yeah, yeah.
Nintendo.
No,
You
yeah.
know, like
You
it's just
Nintendo.
he just can't. He's
Can't
just
adapt.
like, oh, the Cocoa Lemon, and I'm like, no, not it.
Me and Marissa sometimes will like just sit around listening to my parents talk and like wait till they say a word and we're just like, what the fuck was that word? Like, you know,
It's gonna happen to us one day.
for sure. Like, yeah, it's already happened to you. You don't know what wide D means.
I didn't know. Correct. I'm having a tough time, man. You know, if it wasn't for like my son and being able to watch Christmas through him, this weekend would have been a horrendous weekend for me
Why?
because of fantasy football and real life football.
No, neither of
Fantasy,
those things
bro?
affected my life whatsoever.
I lost 2 playoff games by a combined score of 10 points combined.
That's pretty nuts. It's pretty shitty.
And the Patriots lost again when they should have won again. Like me of 2 years ago would have been out. I would not have been an okay person. I would have
You
been.
seem to have changed a little bit, like relating to football. Like you used to be someone who's like, on Sundays you wouldn't even answer my text messages. You'd be like,
I wouldn't even move. I wouldn't move for 10 hours. But now that's just not my life. And I'm still upset about fantasy, like really upset, to be honest. That's why I texted you and said, can we just split the money? Because I don't even want to look at my lineup. Like, I can't. I can't do it.
I'm glad you said you would split because I had a feeling I was gonna lose anyway. So I was all in when
And
you said that.
yeah, bro, my team is so good. It's so stupid that I lost, but it doesn't matter. But Christmas and like Michael opening gifts was pretty cool,
All right. So how was it? Did he open gifts? Like he was like psyched.
bro.
Oh
He
my
would
God.
open things and be like, "Whoa!"
Really? That's awesome. That's so fucking
And
cool.
he-
We didn't
he
even finish opening
opened-
the fucking presents yet.
He opened clothes, threw it. He was pissed, tight. He was tight.
That's awesome. I love that.
He was so happy. He was loving everything. Actually, the only thing that stopped him dead in his tracks was Play-Doh. Like he wouldn't play with anything else. He was Play-Doh.
Really?
He,
That's
he
cool.
was, but it got to the point like Christmas Day, it was too much. Like he didn't even finish opening stuff because he was just like overloaded,
Right. Right.
like
Right.
overloaded. But he had a good Christmas. It was awesome.
We
And yeah, it's not something I experienced last year. Obviously, I was sick, but too, like he wouldn't
he didn't get
have acted the same.
Yeah,
you
like,
know, it was.
Kenzo didn't act like anything. Like we didn't. Like we just opened.
Nah,
gifts.
you'll see
Yeah.
next year, bro. He's gonna be so hyped to tear open boxes,
Bro, yeah.
tear
so-
the wrapping paper off, and like be like legitimately happy, like actually happy.
Like he definitely like we would open a gift and like what you're saying is what happened. Like it was just the first gift and it was like my mom bought him a $3 monster truck car that when you press a button it goes for like 5 feet. And like we couldn't even get him to like sit down and open up another gift. He was like, this has been one. I want this one. It's it. Like,
Nah, Mikey kept going, man. He just wouldn't stop. He was so happy.
that's awesome.
He'd be like, open, open, and I'd go to open it, and then like someone convinced him to open another gift, and he would just be completely shot, like he gone.
Did
He
you
was so
notice that
happy
he was
though.
more tired on Christmas.
You know, we're hitting another sick week.
Oh, okay.
And generally when that happens, he does not sleep good. Naps are bad. Overnights are bad. He wakes up crying all night. Yesterday he started like, you know, getting boogers and like gook coming out of his eyes, like just like slimy shit coming out of his eyes. And today, like just boogers, and it's not like he's coughing or anything. He's just like green, gross boogers all the time.
Right, right.
So he's not eating right. So like he was kind of sick throughout Christmas, and like now it's like hitting. Like it was like pre-sick,
Yeah,
and now it's like hitting him. So his sleep was off like Christmas Day. He woke up at 5:45, and that doesn't happen.
True.
Like he sleeps till if I don't wake him, he could sleep till Christmas Eve. He slept till 8:15. Like
Right, right.
he could sleep now, but if once he's sick, he sleeps so bad. So bad.
So,
So
did you open
I don't know.
presents as soon as he woke up, or how did you do it?
No.
You waited till your family came and shit.
Well, we opened a lot of stuff Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, my parents came with my grandma in the
Right,
morning.
right. Okay.
I picked up a dozen bagels, in which you get 18 of them. That's a lot of bagels. And so they came, and then we opened stuff with them.
Cool.
Then he napped. We went to my aunt's house where he opened a million more presents. You should see my house. You can't move. There's toys, there's tents, there's vehicles, there's
Tents.
trains. There's
Dude,
a
that's
giant
Bro,
Thomas the Engine Train.
let's clear something up here for people buying gifts for other people's kids. Don't buy me something, my kid something, that I have to put together on Christmas morning. Like, I do not want to do that.
Yeah,
It's
so
fucked.
that was not like ideal, but the worst thing about like this Thomas the Engine Train that he like rides on, it goes around.
Right.
It's pretty cool. Like that battery needs to charge for 18 hours before you even use it. So it was like I didn't have to put it together. He wasn't at the stage of like, oh, I opened this, I need to do this now. It was
Right.
like, oh, there's another present right here.
True.
Um,
Well, it
But
was more the
that's
stage
why-
of like my dad being like, "We got to put this together today," and I'm like, "I feel like you could have put it together and put it in the back of your truck and brought it down here."
I don't know about that.
Christmas
It's a little
morning, I
different.
gotta wake
It's a little
up.
different for you.
Well, anyways, I was just kind of like, and I wasn't annoyed, but I was.
You were. It's
I was
okay.
like,
It's
I was
okay
literally
to
sitting
be
there
annoyed.
like relaxing, like it was finally Christmas. Everything was done. The sauce was on. I was just chilling, and my dad's like, "All right, we gotta put this together. These things." I'm like, You brought them. Like, I bought them blocks. I don't gotta put anything together. But well, yeah, we put
that's what
together
happens.
that little Tykes truck thing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
saw that. Yeah. Did he
And,
like it?
Yeah, fucking it's so annoying. He plays it all day long, in and out, in and out, in and out.
You'll be missing those. You'll be missing
I
when
know,
when he
it's
needs
just-
you. Because now Michael doesn't let us do anything. This is what he does. For those listening, I'll explain after what I'm doing. If he's going to walk down the stairs and you want to hold his hand or tell him what to do, he goes, Michael. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he has to do it. He will hold on to the railing, or he'll go on his butt, or you'll be like, let me take off your jacket, Michael. So he just points to himself, but like really hard, like hitting himself, and he just says Michael, and he's like angry about it.
He's like, I'm doing it,
He-
motherfucker.
you-
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, let me like feed you this yogurt, Michael. Okay, man.
Yeah, like actually, Marissa and the nanny don't really get that. Like, they're always like, "Yeah, he's not eating well." I'm like, you just gotta give him his food and let him fucking eat. Cause like they try
You
to
know-
feed him sometimes, and I feel like when I give it to him, he eats way more.
Yeah. You know what? You just got to be okay with the mess. But you know what? Nicole like taught me, and it literally works. Like Michael loves chicken nuggets. You give him chicken nuggets, all of a sudden he's like, all done. And I'm like, dude, you didn't eat. If you like change the shape of it, he'll eat it. He'll be like, oh, you want this in strips? And you just cut him like in little strips. He'll eat them.
Really, that's pretty interesting.
So, parenting hack, I guess. Nicole learned it somewhere. If your kid
change
won't
the
eat,
shape.
change the shape of it, and he'll probably go for it.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Because
Speaking of-
I've literally seen it work many times with him.
Speaking of eating, I got my bad dad moment of the week this week. So,
Oh,
Bad
tell me your
Dad-
hair didn't get in the food.
No hair in the food.
Oh.
Bad Dad Week sponsored by
Pepsi.
Pepsi Cola products.
Pepsi Cola.
If you haven't had your Pepsi today, drink away. Pepsi
Yes. Good read. Good read.
Cola. Anyways, so my neighbors, my old neighbors from when we used to live on Long Island, the Smiths, are down in Raleigh at their family's house.
Oh, Christian got engaged?
He did, yeah.
That's
Yesterday,
wild to me.
yeah.
Wild to me.
So I went and visited them. They're about 45 minutes from my house today. So I took Vincent in a 45-minute car ride today. So like naturally, it was just like a different thing for him, like, you know, to like have to like go somewhere 45 minutes away and 45 minutes back, like when we normally just sit here and do nothing. But he was fine, obviously. We get there, chilling. I'm feeding him his Ritz cracker snack. I give him those little, like, peanut butter sandwich snacks. You know what I'm talking about?
Those are nice.
Marissa always says, "You don't split them in half?" And I say, "No, he does fine with them." And she'll, like, spin them. Whatever.
Okay.
I don't do that. Anyways, we're sitting there. We're all talking. And, like, it's a different, like, thing for him. Because, like, when he eats his snack, he's in his high chair. Like, he's not walking around usually. But he's on my lap.
Oh,
There's a lot-
Michael does not eat a single meal in a high chair anymore. So
True. I'm sure it's coming because, like, he doesn't really like to go in it. And, like, sometimes the
it
snack
took a while. It took a while for that to happen. But my niece Quinn doesn't
either.
like her high chair either.
He doesn't mind the high chair. The thing is like sometimes we feed him in our lap. No matter what the situation is, though, there's usually very little distraction. Like, it's usually just me or Marissa or, like, the nanny. It's just, like, we don't have a lot going on. So, like, there's not a lot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he's eating his Ritz crackers, and he's, like, everybody's talking, looking at him. Like, they've never met him. So he's eating his snack. Anyways, we're sitting there, and we're talking, and the woman goes, Debbie goes, yeah, my sister-in-law is actually a pediatrician. And I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, well, our pediatrician just quit actually. We're actually looking for a new one. Not like that I was trying to get her to be our pediatrician, but it just was the conversation.
Making combo, small talk.
Just bringing it up. Anyways, he starts, like, coughing, and I'm like, are you all right, bud? And, like, I turn him around, and he's like really coughing, like choking. Like, he was choking. Like, he was like choking. I was like, oh shit, I think he's choking. So I started, like, like, give him a good bat pack, try to get it out. And, like, he stopped making sounds for a second, you know what I mean? And the Debbie goes, is he okay? And I'm like, yeah, I think he's fine. And then the pediatrician looks at me and she goes, is he okay? And I'm like, I don't think so. She had to come around, dude. Dig her finger in his throat and, like, get the shit out of his throat. It was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. He's never choked before. Like, I think if I was home alone, it would have been fine. Like, I would have been able to do it, and, like, he would have coughed it up anyway. But it was just a situation. My heart rate got going. You know what I mean? And it was so embarrassing because, like, they've never seen me as a parent, and, like, I'm just like the kid up the block that they know since I was 5 years old, and then they see me, like, doing this horrible thing. It was so fucked, dude. I felt like a little kid again. I was like, these people who think I'm an idiot, like, and they are like, they're gonna take this kid.
You don't think their kids ever choked on anything?
Well, that's what they kept saying. They're like, everybody does that, and I'm like almost in tears, like, like.
I mean, personally, I know that snack. I don't think he could choke on that, like, for long term.
No, bro. You know what it was? It was like peanut butter, so it was like that.
Yeah.
It was like that stickiness that he was like, because you could hear it. He was like kind of vomiting, but like he wasn't like choking, except for like 1-2 seconds.
Especially because that cracker's gonna disintegrate anyway.
Right.
It's not like a fucking grape,
Yeah.
you know. It's like, but yeah, I mean that's obviously scary, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's embarrassing, like in the moment, but think about anyone who's a parent, like that happens.
No, I mean it for sure happens. I was literally like, after it was over, I was like, dude, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. I literally was so embarrassed. My face was bright red. My heart was.
So what
pumping,
did she do? She like hooked in his mouth and like scooped it out.
She reacted quick. Like I was just like, I was like packing his back and then like patting his back and then like I was waiting for him to like cough it up himself because like he usually does, but he was like struggling to get it out. He finally got some into his mouth, and then she was like able to scoop it out of his mouth. And then the next time he got a lot into his mouth, and then I reacted, got 2 fingers in, scooped it all out of his mouth, and then he like immediately.
So was the pediatrician gonna do it, or you were like, I have to be dad in front of these people right now?
She was gonna do it, and then I turned him towards me and did it myself because I was like, I have to react. Like I can't be some like.
So I'm 2 things. One, I didn't expect that story to go that way. I'll explain in a sec. And second, I was always petrified of choking. So I literally bought those like the life vac things that you put a mask on them and they like suction it out of them. Because I'm like, I paid like $150 for like 2 of them. I didn't need 2 of them. Why did I get 2?
It's good to have in your house because like anybody can choke, and those things are like 100%.
It comes with the kid. It comes with the kid mask and the adult mask.
Right.
I left one in my house in PA.
Oh, smart.
Just in case.
Exactly.
Second, here's where I thought the story was going to go. I thought she was gonna yell at you somehow, the pediatrician, about the type of snack you were giving him, and like we were gonna talk about her being like such a bitch or him was such a bitch, and it turned out you just like are a
No.
bad dad.
I'm just a bad dad, and she saved my son's life. So, not the other way around.
Well, listen, like I said, I think he totally would have been fine. I think. I think the atmosphere played into you and him. I think he kind of got distracted while eating, didn't even realize he was eating. He was like, "Oh shit, what the hell? What is this?"
Yeah, no, I mean
And
it was 100% the atmosphere that like got to both of us. I think because like it's literally never happened before. But
yeah, and plus now you're gonna cut those in half or twist them.
I was twisting with the rest of the day, but I'm not gonna do that here. It's just like there, I was like, well, after it happened, I was like, well, I guess I gotta twist them now. Like,
It is pretty scary, like the idea of teaching someone to chew food and swallow it. It's bizarre
dude, I mean that's
to
my
think
job.
about. All right, fuck your job. As a regular person, it's like a bizarre thing to think about.
Oh, I mean yeah, and like because with babies, it's like totally different.
Yeah, but
Like, it's
see,
totally different anatomy.
your job is different. Your job is like the physical, like something happened to someone who knows how to swallow
Right,
and
right.
chew mentally. You're teaching a kid how to do that, and it blew my mind, like as it was happening.
No, yeah, I 100% agree. I did not feel like I knew better because like of my job. I felt like I was in the same boat as Marissa.
Yeah, because like you're
I
not
mean,
teaching
I guess
someone the
I
idea
feel
of
like I
chewing
had
your food,
right. I had
and
some level of comfort with it just because like because I'm constantly feeding people. Like that's what I did all day long, like in nursing homes and shit. So it was
yeah,
kind
it's
of like
it's definitely different.
yeah,
It's definitely you're coming from a place with more knowledge of that. But in terms of the idea, I guess, of parenting is
yeah.
like
It's parenting. It's just
it's
totally
literally
different.
it's a blank canvas. Like
Right.
there's nothing there. They
Yeah.
have no idea about anything. They just have their instincts, which I guess help, obviously.
Yeah, that was my bad dad.
Speaking of it wasn't that bad. You're okay. Speaking of instincts, um I've noticed that Michael, since he always felt like he was always running fast and like throwing himself around. Like when he falls, he is so good at like saving his face and like catching himself. Like he'll fall and like it kind of looks like he's about to smash his face into concrete and he literally will catch himself. And like my niece, who's just as crazy as him, if not more, like she fell. We were at their house. It didn't sound bad, and I didn't even react because I didn't think to because I know Michael.
Right, right, right.
And like she smashed her face and was like bleeding in her mouth, and it was like a whole thing. And I'm just sitting there like a big idiot because I didn't even look because I was just like, oh, she fell.
Yeah, the bitch fell.
But I saw it, like I didn't see her hit
You
her
didn't see
face
head
because like
hit. Okay.
like I was sitting on the couch and like one of the legs of the couch like blocked. Like when she fell, I couldn't see below.
Right, right.
It was me, Nicole, and Shannon, but Shannon's like very pregnant and just like chilling. And I was like, because Mikey was there too, and she just fell off the seat, and I was just like, oh okay. And then she starts screaming, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, I guess I should have reacted, but I didn't think to react because like Michael takes some serious falls, and he just gets up like nothing happened, and he'll
So-
laugh like
Oh,
he
so
laughs
he'll
when he
laugh.
falls. Yeah, he thinks it's hilarious. He'll be like,
Interesting. Okay.
uh-oh.
I wish I was around kids more. It's just like I'm always nervous. Like I always see him doing shit. I'm like, is this normal? Like, 'cause he doesn't laugh when he falls. He cries every single time, even if he doesn't hit his
Yeah,
face.
but some kids are different.
Yeah.
Like, so everyone's
yeah,
different.
and
No,
that's what it
he
is,
thinks
yeah.
it's hilarious to like, he'd be like, whoa. Like, if he falls like scary, he'll be like, whoa. And then he'll laugh. Like, he's going to be the kid who like loves to do like the scary roller coasters and like that
Right,
kind of
right,
shit.
right.
Because he just is a thrill. He likes the thrill of it, I guess.
Let me ask you this: are you gonna go on the roller coasters with him if he asked you to?
Hell fucking no. That's a
No?
mom job, man.
Oh, mom likes them though.
I don't know. She
Yeah,
used to
no.
do that big one at Six Flags. Like
Oh, I
the
won't do that. That's out of the question.
hell no.
I'll
Hell
go
no.
on anything, but I'm not going on that.
No, the only rides I do are at Disney, and that's it.
I don't know. I would think I might have a hard time saying no if he wanted me to do something.
I guess, like, right? Like if
Like if he asked you to, if you're standing in front of King Ka and he says, Dad, I want you to go with me. See, like I don't think I'm going on that one. I don't think I'm gonna do it.
I think I will. I guess you're right. I think
I've
I
never,
probably will.
I've never done that one.
Me neither.
I've walked up.
I've been to.
Remember the Nitro one that was there?
Yeah, I didn't go on that.
I walked all the way up, waited 2 hours online, got to the top, and I was like, I'm good. And I walked all the way back down.
I went to Six Flags twice in my life. I didn't go on a single ride. I don't. The only place I used to love the rides was Splish Splash. Even like now, I would never. But that like super steep like slide, that
You would go
water
on
slide.
that?
Yeah, I used to.
Oh,
But that scared me.
Dude, your gravity ratio right now on that ride, you would fucking fly. You
No,
know?
I looked it up. I don't think I can go on a single ride at Splish Splash.
Oh, really?
Their
guess-
weight on
That one you
most
probably
things
would
is
pick up
250.
speed.
Yeah, their weight limit is 250 on singles, and which I would make now, honestly. And like the group ones are like 450 or something. Like I mean, listen, they're not. You've seen fat people there. They're
Yeah.
letting them on.
I mean, like, yeah, like as long as you're not like, yeah, I think that there's probably a little give to those limits, but
No, but that shit used to scare me. Like that steep one.
oh,
Oh,
I
man.
never went on that shit. I hate it.
I remember like I felt like I was gonna fly off of it. Like you'd float a little bit.
Yeah. You'd start like getting a little like wind resistance underneath you.
You like hydroplane, like you know how the cars, if you like hit a puddle and you're like hydroplane a little bit, like you're like gliding.
Right,
That's what
right,
you
right.
feel like. Scary. But yeah, I don't do rides really. Disney, I'll do every ride. I definitely don't do rides where you flip. No way.
I don't mind flipping. I hate dropping.
I don't like any of it. I do that wooden roller coaster in Coney Island. That I'll do.
I just like, to be honest, I don't need a ride. I don't need a thrill. My whole life's a thrill. I'm constantly living on my last paycheck. It's all a thrill. I don't need a fucking roller coaster to tell me my adrenaline needs to be up. I really don't.
Yeah, but when your son makes you do it, you're gonna do it, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
Because what are you gonna do? But then the problem is like, do you act scared?
I mean, I would. Yeah. I'd be
Yeah,
scared.
but how you gonna? Yeah, but like you gotta act strong.
No.
You're the
I'm not-
dad.
See, the thing is I'm not acting. I don't act. Like, I'm scared. I'm scared. Sorry. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm not gonna pretend I'm not scared. That's crazy.
Speaking of acting, Mikey's full blown actor. Full blown.
Just faking shit.
You could first of all, you can tell him to do an emotion and he'll do it. Happy,
Really?
sad, angry, surprised. He'll do them all.
Dude, I feel like you're in such an
Yesterday-
exciting time where you can just like tell, like,
Yeah.
he's just like so spongy.
So yesterday, we're like, Mikey, steal Poppy's glasses. So he goes to get them, and Nicole's dad's like, no, you can't have them. And Mikey like gets all upset. And he's like, oh, Mikey. And Mikey turns it off like in a second and snatches his fucking glasses off his head.
That's so fucking awesome.
Like he really works it. He knows what he's doing. He's really changing. Like he's transitioning lately from like mama and dada to mommy, daddy.
Oh, really?
He's like even saying like I love you. Like
Oh,
you got to
that's
be
really cool.
like not like out of the blue, but if you're like, can you say like Michael, I love you? He'll be like, love you. Like, you know what I mean? Like he'll say it back. It's a cool time right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like right now I'm in a stage where we're exploring. So like everything is exploration. Like every room we go in, he's like, "Ooh, what's this new thing?" Like
Yeah, cuz he sees things differently now that he's walking full time.
Right. it's
So
pretty
like
cool. I
everything's
don't know.
a different vantage point, like he went from crawling to
Let me
all
ask you this.
new
Do you
levels.
do you get the itch because of Christmas?
What do you mean?
The next baby.
Actually today, in my head, I didn't even tell Nicole this. I just before I was just like, man, I want another baby.
Dude, I was literally thinking the past 2 days. I was like, I'm ready. I need another one.
I definitely want another one, like financially responsibly. Like it's not something I should do right now.
Right.
but I definitely want another baby, and it's because like Mikey. Listen, we went through it. Not that everyone doesn't, but he was difficult for us. Um, like he's just so fucking perfect, and it's like, oh man, I just need another one of these.
I know it's crazy. I feel like it like they always say it goes really fast. Obviously, it's like the trope, but it does feel like I'm beyond baby now. Like we're not. He's not
Yeah,
baby
like he's
anymore.
he's a person.
Dude.
Like,
I swear to God, today he said doggy. Like I said, oh, is that our dog? Is that a new doggy? And he said doggy. I was like, what did you just say, dude?
yeah, yeah, man, it's gonna start because once they do one thing, like it just like dominoes, like,
Right,
and it
right.
happens, and then sometimes it won't happen. Nothing new will happen for like a while. And you're like, oh, and then one day he'll just say something different and like keep going. You're like, what the fuck, or do something different,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
it's crazy. Um, but that's how it goes.
All right, you want to transition into our Reddit of the week?
Sure.
All right.
I'll say it now. The person's an asshole.
Um, I did read this, and this guy is probably going to be considered the asshole in this one.
Yeah, of course. Every single person is the asshole.
There's when you read this title, this one's in the group Dad It, so it's like all dads like talking about dad problems. But
Talking about
this
their wives.
it's not that. It's usually like people like amping each other up. It's really cool Reddit, subreddit. But anyways, here goes. So the title is sex. Here we go again. So like right off the bat, you're just like, oh god, dude, you're gonna be the asshole here. Like, but it says, so long story short, I've posted a few times before not having sex after the baby, and well, frankly, during the pregnancy. Anyways, my wife has said something, and I wanted y'all's opinion. So her sister and boyfriend is staying with us this week. I tried to initiate sex, and she shut me down immediately. She said it was inappropriate, embarrassing, and not accepted to have sex while someone is staying in your home. I said, wait a minute, is this why you won't have sex with me and when our child's here? He's 5 months. And she said yes. He might remember, or if he's in another room, he might hear us. Which is weird because before we got married and she lived in a rent house with other girls, we had sex all the time with people home and never once had an issue. Is she just making up excuses, or has anyone ran across stuff like this? Let's address this one piece at a time.
Okay.
So the first piece, let's just piece it apart and like not say it as like I understand he's the asshole. Like I'm not gonna like try to like make him any better. Whatever.
Well,
But do you think it's fair to say no sex while people are in your home?
no, if that includes your kids
Well, no.
and they're sleeping.
Let's not include the kids though. Let's just say somebody's staying at your house. You can't have sex.
I mean, it takes 15 minutes from start to finish. It's not like you don't have to like break out like the chains and everything. Like you just,
Right.
It
Like,
can just be normal.
I guess that's what I'm
normal
saying.
sex.
Like, what is the problem? Like,
I
unless
don't-
like,
that
are
I
you
don't
really
know.
gonna be like wall banging the fucking dresser? Like I mean, like it can't just be like
Sure, I'm
you
with
can't-
you, but that could just be someone's personal thing, which I don't agree with it, but I
Yeah,
I
no,
can
I
say
agree.
I get it. I can
I
say
mean,
I get it.
I mean, like I guess the thing, like when my parents are here, like we definitely don't like.
Do you think they do?
No, bro. My parents can barely make it upstairs. Dude, Christmas Eve. Okay, hear this. Where my dad goes and lays down on the couch. Shot.
I know how that ends.
So like we're literally like, Dad. My mom goes over to him, Hun, I'm going up. He's like, oh, hey. Ugh. She looks at us. She's like, make him go upstairs when you guys go up. Okay. My dad.
Like, oh, yeah, we're gonna make them.
Yeah, Frankie goes over to my dad. Like this is like an hour later. He's like, Dad, we're going up. Come on. He's like, 3 years. 3 years. You guys are always fucking with me. Leave me alone. Like, what are you talking about?
What does that mean?
We
What does
don't
that
even know.
mean?
We told him in the morning. He wakes up in the morning. He comes downstairs later than everybody else. He goes, you guys just leave me on the couch down here? Like, what? Like you were yelling at us, you jerk off. Like, No,
That's actually
my parents
hilarious.
are barely awake by the time they go to sleep here. Like I know that's not happening.
What if they're doing it in the middle of the night? They wake up, they're like, ooh.
Maybe they just get a little sensual late at
They're
night.
like, remember those 3 years where everybody busted our balls?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing is like I guess we don't often have sex when my parents are here, but it's not something. Sometimes we do. It's just like not as often. I guess it's something.
No,
that's
no.
just, like,
And like I said, I'm not saying agree, disagree. I'm just saying I get if somebody was like,
I don't
hey,
want
I'm
to.
not into that.
Right,
I'm
right.
not into it. Especially someone like it's not often and
Yeah,
like how
yeah,
often
yeah.
is someone how often is
Is your
anyone
brother
how often
staying
is
with you? Yeah.
is someone even staying with you? I don't have a big mansion like you. Like they'd be downstairs where
No, but like my parents come once a month. I'm not gonna like. I mean, like, how often are you having sex? Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like, not have my sex because my parents. Like, it's not like we're like doing it every night and then it's like, oh, okay, well, for day 28, 29, and 30 of the month, we will skip it. Like, come on.
I guess we won't have sex only 3 days this month.
Yeah, like it's just like it's not going to affect my like if that's the night we were gonna do it. Like, too bad you're here, but we're not skipping. Like,
But okay, so that's the first part.
second part is
where-
like with the 5-month-old. I mean, like, how would people make more kids? Like, if not for having sex while their kids are home.
Yeah, like what do you? I don't understand.
Also,
You got to
like-
drop them off at grandma and grandpa's to go have sex. Like I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Like, also, like, people used to have sex like in the same rooms as their kids. Like, people used to live in one bedrooms.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Like, that can't be a thing.
Yeah,
But
so she's so.
in the grand
So
scheme
I
of
think
the
that's where
question,
she
though,
loses me, though.
yeah, I think that in the grand scheme of the question, though, she is probably like going through like some level of low libido or whatever.
Well, she's pregnant now, right?
It seems like yes, she is pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, like, of course you want to have sex when your wife is pregnant, but like, that's you're on her terms here, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I agree. Pregnancy is a long time though. Like, it's a long
Yeah,
time.
but what are you gonna
But,
do,
like,
man?
I would say like the sweet spot. This is gonna get to a messed up conversation, but for me, the sweet spot of pregnancy was the second trimester. Things went great that trimester.
Yeah, because that's when they feel the most normal. Like like
Not throwing up or feeling sick as often.
they're not. Yeah, they're not like gigantic yet. They don't have
Yeah.
a big person in their belly.
Yeah. That was the best where so like felt the happiest, the best. And then pretty much once we found out she had diabetes, that was a real mood ruiner,
Yeah.
When she
Yeah,
found
at
out
least
she
Nicole-
found out she couldn't eat French fries anymore. Like, it was pretty much game
Nicole's like high blood pressure like only lasted like a couple weeks and then she had to be induced. So like it wasn't like a big game changer.
over.
Like the diabetes things happen. No, I'm saying in terms of like added stress or added anything onto the pregnancy. It was just like
it's
it was only a
sucks.
couple weeks and then like they were like, all right, it's too high now. We have
Right.
we have to have the baby like now. And it was towards the end. So it wasn't like as early as Marissa.
I want to say that we had 20 weeks of diabetes, because like I think that's when you take the test, right? Week 20.
I was gonna say 26, but that could be the anatomy scan of the baby, so I don't know.
I'm gonna ask Marissa when she gets home. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I remember my wife, so Marissa never ever cries. Like, I have cried more in the relationship than she has, and
Same for yours and our relationship.
oh yeah,
You've cried more, yeah.
oh then you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so she woke up from that after she got the results from that test, bawled, and that was like the second time I've ever seen her cry, like, in our whole relationship. But yeah, I guess I think she was just mainly crying over, like, she was just telling me this weekend, like, she just was so sad she couldn't have French fries or cheddar sour cream Frito Lays or whatever the fuck they are.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, my mom bought some this week.
I gotta be in the mood for those though, to be honest.
I would say like any of those chips are like a one and done for me for a while. Like any of those flavored chips, like I love them for a minute and then I'm like, all right, I'm done with this.
I love chippies though.
I like an assortment of chips. I can't do the same thing 2 days in a row. Like from Fritos one day, it's got to be Tostitos the next day. Lay's the next day. I like to switch it up.
I mean, if you can give me
All right, here we go. Top three. Let's do a
Okay.
top three chips. We won't do flavors per se, but like we won't do like random flavors. Like you can't pick like. All right, we'll do flavors.
Why?
I was just
My-
thinking
it's
because like
my
it gets so
top three.
there's so many weird flavors. All right, top three.
So?
What do you got? You go first.
The purple Doritos.
I know. I knew you were gonna say that. I'm gonna go scoops. I like Tostitos scoops. I think they're so good. I think.
Yeah, but see, to me,
Okay,
like-
Tostitos.
no. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying like you got to bring something else in with that chip though.
I mean, yeah, you do.
I'm giving you chips for that's just straight, baby.
I
Chips
guess.
on the rocks.
I can only eat so many of those chips though because of that. Like I could eat Tostitos and salsa fucking all day. Like,
I can
just
eat like
crush
72
salsa.
bags of purple Doritos.
Oh, I can't. My mouth gets too burnt up.
Okay, well then what's your second since you are chips and salsa kind of guy? What
Original
about hint of
Fritos.
lime? You don't like hint of lime?
Oh, those are the worst.
Those are the best.
Literally the worst, dude. Are you crazy?
All right. Your Fritos is too? Ooh, you're
Yeah,
like
like
my mom.
Original
My mom
Fritos.
likes Fritos.
Love Fritos.
I like Fritos, but I gotta be it's like you gotta be in the mood for Fritos. It's like a corn chip.
Yeah, it's a corn chip. So is a
Yeah.
Tostito, isn't it? Or a
don't
Tostito made
know.
of flour. I don't know. All right, next up. What do you got?
Like jalapeno kettle chips.
Ooh, those are fire. We were just talking about that the other week. Those are good.
You know the thing is though, if you get like a different brand, like sometimes they can be real hot, bro.
Bro, I was just thinking that. I was at I went to Subway last week and I got a brand. I think it was Mrs. Vicky's maybe. I don't even remember. What
Those
brand
are
it was.
spicy.
No, it wasn't though. It was like so mild. I was like, this is so lame. It's like I feel like they reformulated it.
I've had some where they're so spicy I can't finish. I'm like, this is too
Dude,
much.
I know that's the flavor I like.
Okay. Then my third would be a salt and vinegar kettle chip.
Salt and vinegar kettle chip.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Mine is gonna be a Ruffle.
Okay.
I like
mean-
a Ruffle.
Ruffles are okay. I like honestly, like I can really be in the mood for just plain Lay's potato chips.
Honestly though, I think if I had you know what, I want to switch my answer a little bit. I like the Lay's but that are ruffled. Or is that Ruffles?
Okay.
I think it's a different brand.
Yeah, I think it's a different brand.
I like the Lay's ones better. Like the red bag, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are fire.
I think they're called wavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a question. Where
Okay.
do you stand on Pringles?
I mean like I like a Pringle, but like I don't need a Pringle.
You know, if I go somewhere and there are Pringles, I like them.
Here's the thing. I really only like original Pringles. I do not like any of their flavors. I think they're disgusting.
I like the flavors, but in general, including Pringles and mostly any chip, I don't like barbecue chips. I think they're gross.
I'm not a big fan of smoky tastes. But I do like pretzels.
Ooh, like so there's so much like pretzel game has changed a lot. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I would say there's like so you got twists. You got peanut butter filled. You got the dark ones, the big thick dark ones. Oh man. The little nuggets though are my favorites still.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is
but,
about those.
But then you like the flat pretzels with all the flavors, like the buffalo
like
and
the
fucking-
everything with the bagel.
Yeah, they have like that's
those are so
like,
good. Yeah.
the pretzel game is changing, man.
Yeah,
and
pretzels
it's
are really
changing
come
for the
around.
good.
Yeah.
Pretzel buns, we got pretzel buns.
Pretzel buns are fire. I like pretzel buns.
A good pretzel bun, because sometimes it could be too hard and like gross. It's gotta be a good pretzel
True,
bun.
yeah.
Pretzels are good. I do like the dark ones though, like the really salted
Me
rods.
too. Yeah. Ooh, a rod. I like a rod.
Chris Rossi in college always had the big tub of the fucking
Oh,
pretzel
yeah.
rod. Always,
I love
yeah.
pretzel rod. I like the thick ones though, like that look
Big
like
guys.
yeah, like the thick big ones. Those are so good.
Whoa,
Um,
Nicole's coming down with like something.
all right. Well, we'll say goodbye to our podcast friends.
Oh yeah, bye.
All right.
Happy
and
New Year.
Happy New Year, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Well, no, we'll see you next year.
See you next year.